Welcome to Study Loop.
Aloha Outdoors Club has just hiked to the south rim of a large canyon when they spot a climber attempting to scale the taller northern face. Knowing the distance between the sheer walls of the northern and southern faces of the canyon is approximately 175 yards, they attempt to compute the distance remaining for the climbers to reach to the top of the northern rim. Using a homemade transit, they cite an angle of depression of 55 degrees to the bottom of the north face, and angles of elevation of 24 and 30 degrees to the climbers and top of the rim respectively. First, how high is the southern rim of the canyon? This height would be equivalent, well, I should say this would be equivalent to that. So we really just want to find this part of the triangle. And the 175 would be the same distance here. So let's find, I'll call it X here in this right triangle. And we want to be thinking of right triangle trig ratios, SOHCAHTOA, sine, cosine, tangent. And from the 55-degree angle, we know the adjacent is 175. We want to find the opposite. That's a tangent. Tangent of 55 degrees would be equal to opposite over adjacent. So 175 tangent 55 degrees would be that height. Calculator, degree mode, 175 tangent 55, about 250 yards. Next, we want to know how high the northern rim is. Well, we already know 250 of it. Now let's focus on this triangle to get to the top of it, which includes a 30-degree angle. So I'll call that Y. And that would be opposite adjacent of the 30-degree angle. That would also be tangent. Tangent of 30 degrees would be equal to what I'm calling Y over the adjacent 175. So that's 175 tangent 30. 175 tangent 30 is, let's call it 101. Whoops. Yards. So we've got 250 plus 101 would be 351 yards for part B. How much further until the climber reaches the top? Well, the climber is at 24 degrees, so that's another tangent. Tangent of 24 degrees would be equal to opposite over adjacent. Let's call that Z, which would just be this part here over 175. So 175 tangent 24. And let's call that 78 yards. So we want to find this difference when we know, if I kind of zoom in on this triangle, we already know that all of it was 101 and that this part then from the 24 degrees would be the call it 78. So the climber is going to have to do the difference, 101 minus 78, which is about 23 yards more to go for the climber.